All right, hello once again. This is Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming. First thing I want to do is apologize for the length of the last video. I try to keep these no more than half an hour, and I was tweaking around just so you see this. What took me so long was this right here, and that was this in here, and I kept tweaking with it and playing with it, etc. I think it looks okay now, but I shouldn't have spent that much time on it. It wasn't worth it. So, with all that said, I want to continue on. And the next thing I want to do is in our data, I want to add a new class. And it will be called PayrollDbContext.cs. First thing, as always, I'm going to do is come in here and make this public. And then start to work on it. And this will not be a small file. All right. Let's see. We do need the entity framework core in here, so let's see if we can get that. Can't. So I think, let's see if we come in here to the project. I don't know if we have to do that. Let's do this. See if we can add. No, let's go up here. See if we can add project reference. And in fact, let's do this. How about this? Let's do this. Let's go in and do a tools, NuGet package manager console, and let's install the packages we usually install in here. So I'm going to do an install package Microsoft .entity frame. I'm doing this from memory, so hopefully I won't screw it up. Microsoft Entity Framework Core minus version 8.0.22. Let's see if that was correct or not. Looks like it worked. And we need Microsoft.entityframework.sql server. Didn't like that. So it might be Entity Framework Core.sql server. Let's see. Yep. And then we will do design. And we will do tools. Well, I did all that and had only one error. For me, that's good. Okay, so we've got all that stuff in there. I am going to close this. And now I'm going to see if I can add it. Using, oh boy, I had the wrong project. Doggone it all. There we go. So let's just do it again. There's Entity Framework Core. There's SQL Server. There's Tools. And there's Design. All right. Hopefully that was good enough. We'll see. So now using Microsoft Entity Framework Core. There we go. We got that. All right. So we're importing that. And that contains the DB context that we need, the DB set, and probably a few other things that we're going to use also. So what is this? Let's comment the heck out of this. This file is the main EFCore database context for our payroll app. It represents a database session and allows for the querying and saving well, I like better for the CRUD, which again is create, read, update, and delete operations necessary for this program. That'll be fine. All right, so we made it public already. So let's come in here. And the first thing that we'll do is we'll create our constructor. Now, we've done this before. We never really talked about it. So this constructor accepts it accepts options such as the connection string and the provider used. I don't know if that's good enough or not. Oh, I guess I'll add it right here. It passes them to the base DB context class, which is basically the way that this is done. Okay, so let's come in here and just leave it at that. All right, so public payroll DB context. Again, I don't want this to be. All right. Now, what we want in here, and we'll put this on a new line, what we want in here is DB context, DB context options, PayrollDbContext options. Spell context correctly. There we go. All right. Options. What doesn't this like? I think I need another paren in here. I don't know if that's what it is. Nope. That's okay. Let's take a look at what we've got. I don't need another. Well, let's see. Public payroll DB context. Get that out of here. There we go. All right. DB context options. Options. Base. We want to call the base DB context, in other words, the parent. Oh, you know what we did not do in here is we did not have this inherit from DB context. Well, that helped. Now our errors are gone. Okay. This constructor will be empty, no code, as all configuration will be handled by EF entity framework through options and on model creating. All right. All right. Next, create the DB sets for each employee type. Each DB set will be used to allow the CRUD operations for that specific type. So, don't think we need one for the employee itself, but let's say this will be the DB set for the hourly employee table, database table. So, public DB set hourly employee hourly employees with a get set. And it's not a DB det, of course, it's a DB set. Okay, let's copy this down and then just make our changes to it. All right, don't worry about that. We'll fix all of them right now. So the first one's good. The second one, this will have to be piece worker. I think that's what we call those, piece worker employees. So we got hourly employees, piece worker employees, commission employees. I have to change another thing too. This will have to become now this, I'll have to change to commission. And this will have to be salaried. All right, so we've got those done. We have now set up the DB set. They're the DB sets for all of our employee types. All right, the next thing we'll have to do, if you remember in here, will be our on model creating. All right. The on model creating method lets the programmer configure the EFCore model, i.e. lets him or her define relationships, table names, constraints, keys, etc. Okay? All right, so that's done. Let's do it. So protected, override, void on model creating, got all that stuff. Got our model builder. Let's just call it builder. I don't like calling it model builder, so I'm just going to call it builder. We're not going to have anything inside of here, or we're going to in just a minute. All right. First thing rather we want to do is we want to map the abstract employee abstract class, abstract base class, to a table, and that table will be called employees. How about just like this, to the employee table. All right, so come in here and say builder.entity employee abstract dot to table employee. I think that's what we call the table. Look in here quick under models. Call it employee. All right, we could have called it employees. I'm looking and that's the way I did it originally, but that's fine. All right. Whoa. Builder.entity. Don't know what I did here. That looks a little better. All right. Oh, this is going to take a little while. I'm looking at my notes here, and it will not be short. See where we're at. We're at 18 minutes, so I think I'm going to stop here because I'm about halfway through of what I want to do here. All right, so I'm going to stop right here, and we will pick it up then in the next lecture. I'll see you then.